Welcome back to Series to Series. We just finished Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, 1988. I am your host, AJ, and I'm joined here with Dylan.
Hello, thank you for having me.
And Luke.
Glad to be here.
This movie was an hour and 28 minutes, a lot better than the last Halloween film, Halloween 3.
That's debatable.
I don't know. It's a lot better.
It was a lot of fun.
Michael Myers is back.
The boy is back in town.
The boys are back in town.
The boy.
And I felt like I really just wanted Michael Myers to come back in the third rendition of the series and just start killing off all the characters.
So, Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers is exactly what it sounds like. It is the fourth installment in the Halloween series. Well, technically the third installment in the Michael Myers series. But it is the return of Michael Myers. He's back, and he's back with a vengeance. This time, Laurie Strode is completely out of the picture.
She's dead?
I think she's dead. I don't remember them actually ever properly explaining it.
I don't think they did, but they do hint it with little things.
I think,
according to Wikipedia, she's dead because of a car accident.
Oh, did they explain that in the movie?
I did not remember.
I do not remember hearing that in the movie.
I wonder if they do it in 5. Maybe it's but 10 years later.
So it's 10 years later, which is weird because it's not 10 years since 2. So this movie technically takes place in the future.
2 and 3, I believe. 2 and 4 are both 10 years after the original.
Really? 2 was
started,
immediately after 1.
Yeah, 2 started right after 1.
This is immediately after 2.
I don't know. I don't think it was 10 years after 2.
The reason I know that is because Dr. Loomis returns, but he's
understand.
He's kind of healed.
What I'm confused about,
you see, they trick you.
Laurie has a kid.
Yeah.
So she has that daughter. So obviously,
niece.
Yeah.
Niece.
Oh, that's her niece.
Yeah.
Who's the main character in the.
Is that Michael Myers' kid?
I don't think they really went too far.
It's Michael Myers' niece.
It's Michael Myers' niece. Well, I thought it was Laurie's niece, but then it was also by default Michael Myers' niece.
So there's another person that's the parent of that girl.
They're dead. We know that the niece is a foster child. She's being.
No, you know what? You guys are right because it's Michael Myers. He returns home to kill. Her name's Jamie, the girl.
Yes, that's what I was about to ask.
That's the daughter of Laurie Strode.
So I was right.
Okay. So it's Michael Myers' nephew for sure. Okay.
So it is 10 years later.
So
wow.
They trick you a little bit with the film opening with a shot of an ambulance rolling down the road because it immediately makes you think, oh wow, this is picking up right after the events of 2. But then they do the classic 1-2 switcheroo on you, and they're like, nope, it's 10 years later. They're actually picking up Michael Myers from an insane asylum. And y'all, if you've seen these films, if you've been watching these movies with us up until then, you know what happens. He gets away from the ambulance, kills everyone, steals another jumpsuit, returns to Haddonfield, and just goes on a murder spree.
And guess who's back? Our favorite character, Dr. Loomis.
Dr. Loomis is there.
And he has a few, what would you say, blemishes on his face.
Yeah.
And he was set on fire in a major explosion that I don't think any human would be able to survive.
No one would have survived.
And he looks untouched for
unscathed.
the most part. Yeah. He's got a few bruises, a few scabs on his cheekbone and his cheek muscles, but other than that, he looks tip top. He's same old Loomis. Honestly, if you're not really paying attention or focusing on it, he doesn't look any different
at all.
So Loomis is back, and he's doing his whole he's pure evil.
That hard-boiled detective almost role for the psychiatrist,
right?
And being the harbinger within the series, warning everyone about Michael Myers, and of course, no one listens.
He's the Dr. Loomis, he's Dr. Loomis. And the police are like, yeah, whatever. And then the town's like, yeah, whatever. Except until a gang of rednecks decide that they've had enough of this Michael Myers asshole.
Yeah. They're gonna take the law into their own hands.
And they all suit up. They get armed up.
Get their shotgun.
Get a lynch mob going.
And they go on their own little murder spree of their own.
Yeah.
Killing literally anyone they think is Michael Myers.
Like that scene where they just shoot at a bush that moves and they go and look at shooting a lot. About every damn ammo that they had, Then they go in there like, oh god, that was Tommy Boy.
They go, oh shit.
Just murdered some kid.
Honestly,
it was Tommy.
the scene where the gang of country folk bear arms, and the sheriff, and they all unload all their ammo, into Michael Myers, and he does not die.
As usual.
I lose faith in the series.
They're gonna have to,
because they never, until this point, I know they probably will, hopefully will. They have never explained why he is invincible, why he cannot die, why is he immortal.
I think it's just safe to assume that it's taking like a supernatural kind of
approach. But why not explore that a little bit? I expected that to be in 3.
It's got to be the next one.
They've got to tap into it a little bit because
that one's called The Curse of Michael Myers. So it's like, that has to.
Yeah, I think a little bit more of a mythos starts to take place there.
So you had Jamie, the niece of Michael Myers,
right?
And she's just like this little kid, very lonely,
living with foster family.
Her mom was still alive. Needs a sister. So then you're introduced to these like teenager characters.
Yeah.
And
the foster, the sister, what would you call that? The foster sister?
Stepsister, maybe?
Stepsister?
I'm not
what do you call that? I don't know what you call that, but she's fostered in a family, and there's a sister. We don't meet the parents that much. It's just really just focuses on Jamie and the sister.
Jamie's like the main,
and it goes back into the whole babysitting trope that was from the original film.
Yeah,
and like, I don't want to babysit her. And I kind of like it how it's referencing the original one.
It paid a lot of homage to the original one, where it kind of followed into a lot of the same beats of the original one, but still also doing its own thing. It's a sequel, but it's like it's like a different film. It
really fun too.
Like Rachel is the teenage daughter. Mm-hmm. She kind of takes like Laurie's place, or in a way.
Yeah.
But like Jamie's still like this main character, and it's kind of neat.
She's what do you call that? Is it the MacGuffin, the thing that keeps the plot moving forward? Like, so Michael Myers is coming back to Haddonfield specifically to kill Jamie, because there's this thing now where Michael's killing off his bloodline. So, pretty much the whole movie is everyone's got to keep Jamie safe. But then also at the same end, it's like Loomis doesn't really do a good job of explaining to people, like, oh yeah, Michael's coming back to Haddonfield to kill Jamie.
Right. So do you think Michael Myers is really into like genealogy? Is he just tracing back everyone and killing them?
That's what didn't they talk about that in the second movie? That's what he's doing. He's killing off his bloodline.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Don't know why.
Maybe he's trying to help them out so they don't have to live like his ways. The fifth is called Curse of Michael Myers. So maybe we'll start to get into that a little more. Yeah, this movie was fun for the most part. It had some not really, the kills in this one weren't all too.
No, really, there wasn't like anything too gruesome in this, other than like when Michael would just put his thumb like into people's heads and like just it's like rip their almost head.
AJ's personal favorite motif comes back in this one. There's a big explosion in the first act. Literally, all these movies have had an explosion in the first act.
And, as always, he leaps off the couch, and he loves it.
It was a good explosion. It was a pretty decent explosion.
He cheers. So, a difference in this film to me, the major difference is Michael Myers himself, his mask.
Yeah.
He is so perfectly dressed in this film. It's almost as if he has not been through any of the other films. Like, he's not beat up, torn, like... In the newer films and the older films, he was more of a damaged look to him.
Yeah.
He looks so fresh and clean in this film.
So if you remember the scene where Jamie wants a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
And she goes in there and she's getting the clown.
She gets the clown costume.
Which, if you think about the original,
which is what Michael wore.
That's what he had.
Which we'll get back to that when we talk about the ending.
If you remember, he grabbed a new William Shatner mask. So
it was like a different one. So he's got, in this one, they're taking him from the mental institution and transporting him to another one. And he breaks out from there. He steals when he goes on his first murder spree, he steals another jumpsuit from the...
You're talking about where they work on, like the mechanic?
A mechanic.
Shop?
He steals another jumpsuit from a mechanic, which is like where he got... do they explain in the first one? He just has the jumpsuit. No. Yeah, that's right.
He steals it from that truck.
He steals it from a truck driver. And then I think in the second one, He still just has it.
Had that,
so this is the second jumpsuit and the second William Shatner mask he stole. Like that's just his.
So
that's his
that's
style.
his thing.
That's his thing now.
It's good that he has.
Everyone needs a thing.
He needs their fashion.
So something I read that was really interesting was Halloween 4 was originally intended to be a ghost story. You know how they were like trying to do like a different Halloween.
That makes total sense.
But since 3 was a just very disappointing for people,
they were like,
they
fuck
brought
that.
Michael Myers back for 4.
Oh, so before it was going to be a Michael Myers thing, it was going to be a ghost story. I was going to say, in this one, I thought you were going into something else with that. I was going to say Michael Myers feels more like a phantom in this one than he does in the other ones. Like he does take on a more supernatural kind of essence.
One of you guys said when we watched it that you were thinking of Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah,
he has that feel to him.
He has a ghostly presence, like where he feels like unhumanly. I think this is the first one where he hasn't like
had any human qualities.
Right.
Well, actually, no, because like he still feels very human to me in certain areas. Like
on that rooftop scene.
The rooftop scene,
yeah.
like when
he's struggling to crawl up this thing. Yeah.
And he's like, it's not like he's just appearing like Jason would, like from Friday the 13th. He just appeared.
He does that a little bit in the opening though, with the dream sequence.
So
when she's Jamie's having the nightmare and he's popping up everywhere.
Oh yeah,
but that's imagined.
Yeah,
right.
So,
but I think it's kind of like supposed to like give you that vibe.
I thought of what I was thinking about earlier. How many times throughout the series are we going to see this? And we see it more in the later films that they are transferring Michael Myers from one asylum, one sanatorium to another. Why are they doing that? It has not worked well in the past.
Well, would you want Michael Myers?
I guess not. Everyone's trying to pawn him off to someone else, but he seems like he's contained well for years, and then they decide to move him, and every single time he escapes.
Yeah.
And we'll see that again in my personal favorite H2O.
To quote Dr. Loomis, this isn't a man, this is pure evil we're dealing with. I think we're supposed to just go ahead at this point and believe that like Michael Myers isn't a man and he is just some kind of
Well, there was in one of the earlier films, was that 2 or 1 that they showed his face?
One.
Yeah, only 1.
And it's so odd to see that.
Yeah,
it was.
I wonder if we're going to see it again ever.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I'm actually kind of curious to see what he looks like now.
Each of these Michael Myers movies have had like a different person portraying Michael Myers, so it's like
probably all burnt.
He's just a little shy,
from that fire and explosion he lived through.
Yeah, he did.
And now all these gunshot wounds.
He thought Loomis.
Not only did he just get shot up, he got buried. Like the ground, fell. Like he fell in a well.
He fell into a grave.
Wait till
it was an open grave. Yeah, they were in a graveyard.
Wait till H2O and see what they do to him at the end of that film.
Oh boy.
And he returns.
Honestly, I'm not going to be surprised to whatever, because I mean they're going to have to start getting creative with how they're going to kill this man, because I think it's safe to assume at this point bullets and fire are out of the question of killing him, because those have proven time after time again that it's not going to work.
They actually use a Horcrux.
They're going to have to get like a witch doctor or some shit, because it's like they are a priest to exorcise this demon. So getting into a little bit towards the ending. One thing I did love is how like there are a lot of like tributes and like homages to the first one, where it's like Jamie, she's wearing the clown costume, which is like what Michael wore when we meet him in the first movie, and then spoiler warning, she ends up I guess they do kill Michael Myers in some way, because they shoot him, he falls back into a grave. That's kind of the last we see of him. But then the movie ends where like they're kind of like, oh, what a crazy Halloween, like Michael Myers, that devil, he's done it again. But then Jamie for some reason snaps and murders her foster mother.
Yeah, wearing the clown costume.
And they even do it from the POV of the mask. And that was like really cool.
It was like just that homage to the
That was a great scene.
Yeah.
Can I add my 2 cents here? So this town of Haddonfield, let's talk about that.
Haddonfield, Illinois.
It's a small town.
Yeah.
And Michael has been coming there every so often and killing a lot of the residents. And then every time we revisit the town, some people are upset, but a lot of people are just not taking it seriously at all. What do you guys feel about that?
It's like Brady, the guy, the like man candy for Rachel.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, who?
Michael Myers, that's just a legend.
And Luke did point that out during the movie. He's like, this town's so small. Wouldn't you know who the hell went on this murder spree and like terrified this whole community?
There would be the only thing everyone talked about all the time in that town.
16
you would be known. That town would be known for that.
Yeah. Right. It'd be on the news. It would have been
everywhere.
I think it's a lot funner if we don't look into it that much, but on a technicality level, it's like, yeah, come on, people. It's like the Michael Myers thing has stinked your town up a little bit. Maybe it's a thing of where like they know, but they're just like intentionally like not talking about
those country guys were the only ones who were really upset.
They were like, we remember.
They're like, we're tired of this shit.
I kind of felt that. I felt their pain.
I wonder, does the next one take place in Haddonfield? I don't know. I wonder how many times Michael Myers is going to come back to Haddonfield.
They're almost all Haddonfield except for H2O.
And it's always Halloween.
Yeah.
They should prep up.
Why doesn't Michael Myers choose like Valentine's Day? Or maybe like sometime in the summer, nice and warm.
But going back to when Jamie killed her foster mom, it was so crazy because Loomis is just down there and sees her bloodied with the knife after the scream from the foster mom.
He screams, no!
He's just screaming no, and he's about to shoot her, and then that sheriff just knocks the gun, and then they all look up, and that's how the movie ends. I'm like, I cannot wait to see how that starts.
I can't wait to see.
I remember, and it's awesome.
I can't remember. Good. I want to see how they continue that.
That kind of reminded me of a Friday the 13th movie because the reason I thought Jamie was like that is because in Friday the 13th, one of them, Jason's like, dead, whatever. But someone who was kind of like obsessed, being scared of him, took on that role and pretended to be Jason. So I'm wondering if somehow Michael had a super weird effect to Jamie to where it
it's a curse.
Some type of,
I think it also is the fact that she's related to him.
It's something to do with maybe Michael Myers is like he's trying to kill off all the bloodlines so that way the curse doesn't continue.
That's what I said earlier.
Is that what you said? Yeah. Okay, so he's just trying to do like the right thing.
He's trying to be a nice guy.
People should just give him a break. Let him kill his niece.
Michael Myers. He killed a dog again.
Oh, that's
and
true.
It was a cutie.
He doesn't like dogs.
Adorable dog.
It was just a cute little doggo, right?
All right, sweet. That was honestly the only kill of the film that had me feel anything because
all the other kills were just thumbs in the head.
Yeah, a lot of thumbs.
Random kills you don't see.
A lot of thumbs in the face.
Yeah.
He sticks his thumbs.
Now he has this superpower, just kind of this strength where he can just rip into someone's head and rip their face off.
Yeah. This one had very unoriginal kills. Whereas 2 had very sadistic evil.
And very PG-13 kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. This one didn't feel as graphic as the
it was
last one did.
Fun movie, but it didn't, and it had that 80s feel. So I love that.
Yeah,
that's the last 80s feel we'll have in the series.
There was never a time where I needed, I felt like I should maybe turn my eyes a little bit because it was going to be too gruesome.
No, this one was very tame.
And not really on suspense, not too much either.
If I had to be honest on with you guys on this one, I'd have to say that I liked 2 better than I liked 4, but I still really did enjoy 4.
4 was a boatload of fun, but it made 2 look like a better film.
Maybe 4 was just so much fun because it was coming off of 3.
The positive I found with 4 is I got a more of a Halloween trick-or-treating vibe. Because the whole thing took place around that town. You saw all kinds of kids trick-or-treating.
It wasn't in one location.
Kids were actually going up to doors trick-or-treating.
It's Halloween.
It was it felt like Halloween.
That's the biggest thing I love about these movies is the Halloween vibe that it puts off. It just screams it's Halloween. It's Halloween. I don't know how else to explain it.
We were talking about Rachel, but there was actually another teenage girl that Brady.
The love triangle.
Yeah. There's this little love triangle.
I forgot about that.
She gets killed.
I really wasn't that much interested in Brady's character.
Yeah, I wasn't either. He tried to be the super hero too at the end, trying to save them. And
he just dies, doesn't he?
He gets his face ripped off.
That's right, because a thumb goes in his cheek. It looks so weird.
But it was so dumb because he's trying to load the shotgun. He can't do it. And it's just I'm getting stressed out. I was freaking out.
Well, he did have half of a chub while doing that. So his mind's on other things. He literally moments before he was thrusted into a situation.
There's almost a sex scene.
He's almost about to get laid, and then homegirl's dad comes home, which is also the sheriff, also a paying homage to the first one.
Yeah, yeah.
Where one of the babysitters was like the daughter of the sheriff.
Yeah,
homage.
Right.
Yeah, homage. Homage. So, and doesn't happen, and then they literally just throw a shotgun at him, and they're like, "Okay, you're gonna fight a demon tonight," and he's just like, "What? Like, but." So yeah, he dies.
So Michael Myers kills the girl who was making coffee.
Yeah,
but like with the shotgun, but it's like he jabbed her. Into,
yeah.
But
didn't
like,
shoot her.
How did she go flying on top of the wall? Like, how did she get stuck in the wall?
She just had a bad day too. She was a sweetie. She didn't do anything wrong.
Michael Myers
literally
she got
coffee thrown on her by Rachel because she was jealous, and then she gets murdered. Like,
yeah, fuck
that's
you.
her line.
Michael Myers comes in and he's like, "Hey, I know you're having a bad day, but I'm gonna murder you."
I mean,
I think that was my favorite kill of the movie. Was when
you could almost call this series an adventures in babysitting, and it's almost like
the murderous adventures. In
it's almost
babysitting.
like Halloween is a message to not babysit because it's gonna end horribly.
I think the one, if you take anything home from watching these movies, it's don't babysit.
Why?
Especially on Halloween.
No, don't do it.
Especially if you live in Haddonfield, Illinois.
And if you've had experience already with some crazy dude named Michael Myers in your town.
Yeah. If there's been any kind of
if you have one of those factors in your life, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Why take the risk?
Yeah, don't do it.
So, Dylan, what would you rate the film?
Become an accountant. Oh no. I would give this movie.
Well, you gave the last one a 2. 3.
Did I? Really? I would probably give this one like a 3, just a solid 3.
Luke?
I feel like it's more fun than 2, but I feel like 2 is a better movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and out of 5, I'll give this a 2.
I think I would give it a 3.5.
3.5.
I really enjoyed this movie.
You did like it.
I really did.
I liked it too. I had a lot of fun.
Just because of the fun factor, really.
I think we're rating these movies more on fun factor.
Yeah.
And the first one is known as one of the best independent films of all time because it did so well. It was on a $300,000 budget and made about $74 million.
Yeah. And the budgets only got bigger as they kept coming out, too.
I do want to say this was directed by Dwight H. Little. Okay. So we got a new little director in there.
New little director. Yeah. Wait, what do you mean a new little
He's
director?
trying.
I meant just a new director.
He's just trying hard.
And the budget was $5 million and the box office $17.7 million. So they didn't do too bad.
They got their money back.
Yeah.
With some change to spare.
Any last thoughts?
Watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Definitely watch this one.
It's a fun one to watch with friends. It really is.
Yeah.
Skip 3. Yeah, skip 3. Watch 4.
No, definitely watch 3.
It's an experience. It's almost like you have to.
You have to watch 3. If you've seen every Halloween movie but you haven't seen 3, then you haven't seen every Halloween movie.
That's true.
My Irish
even though
heritage was insulted by 3.
Even though 3 could have been its own movie, which I know we don't have to talk about 3.
Yeah.
Please not.
Yeah,
we did a whole podcast.
That's behind us.
It still is it's weird to say, but it is crucial to the whole series.
It's easily forgotten.
So tune in next time, folks,
for Halloween 5.
Halloween 5. What's this one? The Curse of Michael Myers, or is it Return? Or no, we just watched Return. Is it The Curse or Revenge?
Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers.
What year?
So it's not The Curse.
What year?
This is going to be in 1989.
Oh,
ooh, another 80s.
So I thought
that's a treat.
Wow.
A year later.
Yeah,
Only a year.
They didn't waste any time.
They popped this baby out a year after 4.
They were like, people still haven't forgotten 3 yet.
Damn, this one
Keep them coming.
This one has lower ratings than the last one.
All right, boys.
So tune in next week. Halloween 5. The Revenge of Michael Myers.
What's one prediction you have for
explosion?
Okay, I was gonna say explosion in the first act. My one prediction is going to be Michael Myers pumped full of lead again, and still not dying.
Babysitters.
Well, there's a whole nother subplot now with Jamie potentially being like some kind of like cursed person. So will there be babysitters?
We'll just have to find out. So tune in next week for Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Like this video if you enjoyed it. We want to hear you in the comments. If you've seen these movies, keep up with us. Let us know what you think of all of them.
Watch them with us, you guys. We're getting into Halloween season here. It's Halloween time.
Exactly. All the way up till the new one that comes out. So
thanks for listening to The Series.